So recently something kind of went under the radar that I wanted to talk about because I actually think that this is pretty good, especially if these are the decisions that these individual streamers want to make for themselves. They think that they have a good reason for it, things like that. Now, I've been giving, especially Twitch streamers a lot of crap over the years. I've given a lot of them a lot of disrespect for some of the things that they've said or possibly done, and I stand by pretty much most, if not all of that, but even though that's something that I've done, and I know this is something that I have to constantly readdress because people seem to think that if you disagree or dislike something people do, you can never credit anything good that they do. But just because I've done videos in the past on streamers for saying something stupid or doing something stupid, or the commentary crusade against Pokimane, that doesn't mean that when these people make a good decision that I'm not going to credit them for it. Instead of just being super hateful anti-streamer or whatever, I actually like to be somewhat reasonable and neutral and not just completely blind them for no reason with BS. So now that that's out of the way, I kind of just wanted to come on here and talk about this. Now, the first, I guess, big part of this really kind of seemed to have been brought along by Pokimane. Now, just a few days ago, she announced that she was going to be capping her donations at $5 for her Twitch streaming and whatnot. So, you've probably seen the memes and whatnot, oh, I'm a Pokimane simp, I just donated $3,000 to her, or, oh, hey, Pokey, just wanted to say I love you, here's my whole paycheck. You've probably seen a lot of those memes, but I'm not sure if those are really going to be very realistic anymore because now the max donation is set at $5. The minimum is apparently $2. Worked with @Streamlabs to create a donation cap of $5 for my channel. Thank you for supporting me to the point where I consider anything more than that unnecessary. To anyone that was more generous, please support growing channels, charities, and treat yourselves. So this move, especially for Pokimane, kind of drew not only some praise, especially from what seems to be other streamers, particularly female streamers, but it also seemed to annoy and upset a lot of other people, and I think I understand why. Some people, of course, were just joking, oh, I can't donate my check anymore, things like that, which that was kind of predictable. But a lot of people have made a couple different claims, one being that she only really did this in order to kill that whole meme, that she only really capped the donations not because she found it unnecessary to donate $600 to a multi-millionaire Twitch streamer, but actually because she didn't want to get constantly memed and be known as the person who has all these Pokimane simps or whatever. So I guess that's a possibility, but I'm not going to discredit the idea without proof that she actually just wanted to do this. Now, another reason that people seemed to be kind of mad about this whole thing was because they think that she was just trying to put herself up on a pedestal and kind of gloat about how good she is or whatever. Basically, people are saying that the only reason she really tweeted this or made this announcement and possibly really only made this change was to morally grandstand, basically saying that she did this so she could basically come out into the public eye or whatever and be like, oh, look at how good I am, I think it's unnecessary to give me all this money, therefore I changed the max donation amount to $5, that way I can tell everybody how good I am or whatever. And once again, I can see why people would say that, but I'm not going to just immediately jump to that conclusion. Personally, I do think it's a really good thing, especially if it's what people want to do. Now, I'm all for people making this decision on their own. If in all reality, if you're worth $30 million or anything crazy like that, and people want to donate you $100, if you want to take it, then take it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's a decision that person is making. You can't really force them to either donate or not donate. It's it's really their own free will. And hey, you know what? If there's somebody out there worth 30 million who wants to take an extra 100 because somebody wants to give it to them, then I'm completely cool with that personally. I know a lot of people get really mad about the idea of these streamers making extra money through this, but I'm also completely cool with somebody who is worth a lot of money saying, you know what, I really don't want $25 donations. I don't want $100 donations. I think the cap is going to be set to $5. So I guess one loophole possible is to just maybe spam the donations. I'm not really sure how Streamlabs and Twitch and all that really works. I would assume though that there's nothing really preventing people from just donating $5 100 times or something crazy if they really want to donate that amount. Of course, it's going to be way more tedious, a lot of extra effort, but let's keep it $1.50 here. If you're going to be giving thousands of dollars to strangers on the internet for playing video games for your entertainment, entertainment. I mean, in all reality, you probably don't really give a shit about how tedious it's going to be to donate them extra money and to give them extra revenue. I really don't think that's something that you're going to care about or find, important. But it turns out that Pokimane actually is not even the only person to do this. As a matter of fact, YouTuber PewDiePie was another major figure who came out and decided to say something about the idea of, people who are rich or whatever getting these donations. Here's what he had to say.
Why do I send him money? You can't! Yeah, I decided I don't want to accept more donations. I appreciate just the chatting. It was actually when I did my donating to Twitch streamer video that made me realize just how weird it is to donate money to people. Like, if someone gave me that money on the street, I'd be like, what the fuck? No, I'm not gonna take that. But for some reason, if I'm streaming, it's like, yeah, pay me. Hell yeah. Yeah, give it the money. $500? Yeah, just give it that shit. Fuck yeah. I don't get it. It just makes no sense. I'm not judging other people doing it. I'm just saying from my perspective, it doesn't make sense. So I'm not accepting it. I don't think I need it.
So PewDiePie basically makes the point that, it just doesn't seem right because, if you compare the real life situation to this online situation, even though they're not the same, you wouldn't probably just take money from a stranger. And I think the reason behind that is obviously in real life, if someone was trying to hand you money on the sidewalk, that's a lot more personal than someone on the internet doing it under a screen name. You can actually touch and physically react to that person's actions and things like that in real life. That's not something you can really do on the internet, at least to the same degree. And I mean, I think that it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing primarily because, well, it shows that a lot of creators actually do think about their audience that way. But then on top of that, it's a decision being made by the creators themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's something that these streamers can decide for themselves. And I mean, when you do think about it, right, you do see, Pokimane or whatever, they'll have 50,000 viewers or whatever live, right? And they're getting all these donations and stuff. They're making tens of thousands of dollars a stream or whatever. And the fact that they're kind of now pushing that engagement to maybe smaller creators or charities, I think is a really good thing because it's there's a lot of streamers out there that maybe haven't actually gotten any viewers or haven't gotten any donations or anything meaningful with their whole thing going on yet. And then you give them this opportunity to be getting some scraps passed down or whatever from Pokimane and PewDiePie. That's a pretty cool thing, right? Now, obviously, people have different perspectives on this one. There's been a lot of, conversation surrounding the topic of whether or not this is a good thing to do. And I guess my whole thoughts on it, it's me personally, man, I don't think I'm ever going to be at the point where I'm hey, don't donate me on my streams or whatever. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But if you're actually willing to give money or whatever, personally, I'm always cool with some extra pocket change or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with somebody donating some money, whether it's $1 or $50 or whatever. That's pretty cool, right? I'm fine with that. But you got to think a lot of people that do donate like that, and especially Pokimane viewers who have donated thousands of dollars or whatever, man, that's life-altering money. It's not some situation in which somebody is just donating and, it's $1 or whatever, if it's $1 or $2, a lot of the time that's a lot less, valuable than $1,000 or something crazy, unless you literally only have that $1 or $2. But I mean, at the end of the day, I completely respect the idea of other people deciding hey, I don't need any more, I don't want any more money or anything like that. It's not really that big of a deal. Go give it to someone smaller or go give it to a charity. It's a pretty cool concept, man. And I don't really understand why some people are actually mad about this. Like I said, I guess I understand some of the perspectives, but it seems like there's also people out there who are legitimately upset that these streamers would turn down money. That they would actually do something like this. And it's bro, I can't really be mad at that. I think that that's probably a good thing if they're conscious enough to make a decision like that. Yeah, maybe if I do this, my viewers will have, I don't know, better financial responsibility or whatever. So it's a cool decision. And I'm assuming that with names like Pokimane and PewDiePie coming out and doing something like this, that here in the next few months, we'll probably see other streamers doing the same thing. But I just wanted to get on here and kind of give streamers some credit for once because I feel like they actually kind of deserve this one and it's a little unnecessary sometimes, the hate that they do get. And I think that some of it really does come down to the situation being, it's a little unnecessary to hate on them for something like this. I think it's a good decision that people can make on their own. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at sub2optimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. Thank you to my channel members. Your support helps my channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus. Well, I mean, still taking donations, I guess, and signing out.